morning, guys and gals. It's another Monday. I got to get on here and I got to give you a positive message. And I honestly think this message that I'm giving you today is something that we all need every day. So I'm going to give it to you on a Monday so you can try to make your week a little bit better with it. And I need to ask you, what station are you tuned into in your life? Because the truth is, what you achieve in life, where you end up in life, it's all a matter of what you're tuned into. And I know sometimes I get stuck in that oldies station, that station of where I used to be, instead of that station of where I want to be, where I'm going, and the gratitude of achieving that. And I know the last little while, it's been that way. I let myself get a little bit down. I let myself fall into negative thought patterns, and I was focusing too much on the stress. I was focusing too much on the lack, too much of what I didn't have. And you know what? It made my life drag. It made me work slower. It made me so I wasn't able to concentrate on the things that I should be concentrating on in life. And here's the problem. You can get comfortable in uncomfortable places. And I can attest to this through my addiction, through lots of times in my life. I would always run back to that addiction. Not because it's a nice place to be, but because it was something that I made comfortable to me. By going there so many times, it turned it into a familiar place. But familiar is not always good. I know. I'm going to talk a little bit about neural pathways. I've talked about this before. But in life, when you do something so many times and you get so used to it that it becomes habitual, you actually build a pathway in your mind. It's like walking through a field full of weeds. If you keep walking that same trail over and over again, it turns into a trail. It actually beats down the weeds, makes that trail more easy to travel, and it makes you more prone to keep going back to that trail. But you need to break down a new trail. You need to walk through some rough brush and get those weeds out of the way so that you can have a better life. But to do that, you have to tune in to what you want. You have to focus on where you want to go. And you have to focus on the actions that are going to get you there. When you focus on something, it's like shining a light on it. To tune into it, and it's like you're in a dark room and you're shining a light on that one thing. Because we humans, that's how our minds work. We focus on what is in the forefront of our mind and oftentimes miss everything else. So if that's the way our minds work, then why not focus on what you want? Why not focus on the place that you want to go instead of the place where you've been? Those old neural pathways that you've beat down, that are easy for you to travel, for most people, are most likely not the right pathway that's going to get you to where you want to go. You are not your past. You got to stop thinking in the past. You got to stop believing that you are that past person, that you are your past mistakes. And you need to become the person that has learned from those mistakes. Because the truth is, those mistakes that you were given, they're a gift. If you become the person that learned from those mistakes, then you can become a person that helps other people in the world. The power of your example, the power of your story. If you've had a rough past, you've been stuck in some really nasty neural pathways through your life, then you're the example that other people need to get themselves through those kind of situations, to get themselves off those pathways that are leading to nowhere. You keep walking that old pathway, it's like continually walking into the past. So what are you tuned into? You tuned into that oldie station still? Are you playing some new music? Are you making a new story? Because you can do anything that you put your mind to. I love you guys. And I know with my past story, being a drug addict for so many years, prison, homelessness, it was bad. I've been to the bottom of the bottom. I've been a 123-pound junkie, and I was that way for many years, in and out of jail, in and out of prison. My life went nowhere. And for me to break through those old habits, I had to build new pathways. But the problem is, even though you've built new pathways, it doesn't mean those old pathways disappear, because they don't. They just become less traveled. So you really need to get in tune with what you want in your future, and you really need to keep traveling those pathways. Get rid of the weeds, get rid of everything that's in the way of those pathways, and make those pathways the easy pathways to travel. You can do this. The thing about humans is that's our superpower. We have a superpower. We're able to adapt. We're able to think things through. We're able to plan things out. And we're able to take action. But you got to stay in tune with what you want. I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week. And you know, I'll be back again later with some more videos. Peace.